Hi, y'all, and welcome to our newest 5-minute virus-free Friday. A little bit of inspiration for your weekend that will not contain the 5 syllables of corona or virus, I promise. And so I tend to have a rule where I try not to preach a sermon again unless there's been a 5-year lag between the last time I preached it and the present moment. But I realized this week may be an exception to the rule because the sermon I preached exactly 1 year ago, like this coming Sunday in 2020, could be completely repreached word for word, at least the beginning of it. For example, the beginning of my sermon last year on February 2nd, 2020, I talked about how we were in the midst of a growing, really scary pandemic. Check. How the country was being torn apart by an impeachment. Check. How we were heading into a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs and not the Green Bay Packers. Check. Sadly, check. It's Groundhog Day all over again, right? And I love that holiday. Actually, the sermon was entitled Groundhog Day. And y'all know about Groundhog Day, that wonderful holiday where the superstition is that if the groundhog down in Pennsylvania comes out and he sees his shadow, there's going to be 6 more months of winter. And if he doesn't see his shadow, spring is on its way, or vice versa. I don't know. I get it mixed up sometimes. But I love the holiday, but I also love the movie with Bill Murray, Groundhog Day. If you've not seen it, please go watch it. It's a favorite at our house, and we watch it, no pun, over and over a lot. Anyway, it's a great storyline about this surly weatherman who gets caught in this like time warp where he tends to make, he's down in Pennsylvania filming Groundhog Day, and yet every day is the same day. He makes the same mistakes over and over. He's rude to the same people over and over. He can't break out of the cycle until he finally realizes that the only way to break out of it is to change. So each day he wakes up and he catches himself being rude to somebody or, making a mistake or saying something inappropriate, and he fixes that piece. Then he goes on. Of course, other mistakes happen. So the next day that piece is fixed and he goes and he fixes another piece and another piece and another piece as the days spread out until finally he has revamped his way of engaging with the world. He has gotten life right. And I love that story. It's just such a human story. Let me ask you this. What things in your life have not changed that should have? What patterns are you locked into that you need to get rid of? Sometimes we think we have to do this complete overhaul like in one day. And it's not like that. It's really more like the movie with Bill Murray. You pick one thing, you find one mistake, one pattern, and you fix that. You fix one little thing a day. And then you have that one fixed, and then the next day you fix another one, and the next day you fix another one until all of a sudden there's this wonderful growth and change that really does happen by all of the little changes coming together. It just seems overwhelming sometimes if we look at it from the big side, like all of this has to change. But I think it was Confucius that said, if your goals seem unattainable, don't change the goal, adjust the size of the steps. So I hope that was helpful to you today. I'm going to think about it myself. Think about what things in my life need to change that haven't. And then plan some small steps that I can change each day until the big change finally comes. I hope you have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you at our next 5-minute virus-free Friday.